Right, so I'm going to show you how to do these Palin alien stuff missions. It doesn't really matter what ship you use. I'm using a Sidewinder. There's all sorts of ways you can do it and make more money with bigger ships. But I'm just going to show you, if you're just running the basic missions, all you need is a Sidewinder or a Cobra, anything like that. A ship with speed helps. So I've got enhanced thrusters in this one, and a boost speed of nearly 600s, which is very useful, speeding things up. But you're only going to carry 4 units or 4 tons, so you don't need a big ship. You're going to be interdicted a few times, so again, you don't want a big lumbering ship because you might get blown up if you can't get away. But even in a shieldless Sidewinder, you can get away very quickly without taking any damage, so it's not a bad ship to use. Basically what you've got to do is go and collect a few pods of this alien stuff from a nearby system. So I'm going to give you the complete walkthrough of the way that I do it. As I say, there's loads of other ways of doing it, but if you just want to copy me, get a quick solution, you can make about 20-25 million an hour in your Sidewinder doing this. So it's, at the moment, certainly the best way to make money in a Sidewinder, and it counts towards your trading rank for some reason or other. So it's quite a quick route to elite trader. So we're going to Obsidian Orbital in the Maya system. You don't have to worry, if you're in a Sidewinder, you don't seem to have to worry about getting rammed and going over the speed limit. You'll notice that when you arrive, there is hardly anybody about. Let's just put it down. Shut up while I concentrate. Oops. When you've got a fast ship, take your pips off from the engines to make it more docile, much easier to land. Oops. When you're doing these things, you have to concentrate on so many things. It's difficult talking and concentrating. Right, so I've got the message. Now, one thing is that you must have at least 4 tons of cargo space, empty cargo space, because some of the missions offer cargo rewards, and if you've only got 4 tons of space and they're already full by these mission rewards that you get that you didn't plan to have, then when you arrive you don't see the mission. You wonder what's going on, you fly away, come back again, go away, come back, but the mission will never spawn as long as you've got all your cargo space full up. So if we now have a look, this isn't a normal mission. You find it on the comms panel here, where the envelope is. There it is, top one. You see it says you need 3 units of Thargoid biological material. Now, when you first come, it might be 1 unit, then 2, 3, and then 4. 4's the most. But once you've done it, I've noticed that I've done loads of them now. The more you do, the more it tends to hover around the sort of 3 and 4. Whereas when you first arrive, it's more around the 1 and 2. So just sit with it a bit. Even from 1, you get 5 million for, it takes about half an hour a trip. So we've got our, all we have to do is select it from here with the tick. And now you'll notice mysteriously that the station suddenly becomes full. And it's hordes of people coming in when you're trying to get out. So it's another reason why a Sidewinder is a very useful ship for this. So, because I'm shieldless, I lose about 10% of hull every time I do a landing. Maybe I'm not very good at it. So, right, what we're going to do now, I've got it already plugged into my galaxy map. I'm going to go to this system here, HIP 172-17125. There's a few other places you can go, and there's one of them where stuff's lying around to pick up, and there's data points you can scan, and once you've got uploaded those scans, you can then bookmark the system, which does make it easier to get back there. But I've been doing this one, so I've stuck with it, and I've learnt how to find the place very quickly, so I don't need to bookmark it. So I'll show you that. Might save you a bit of time. Right, you'll see now that there's loads of ships outside, all trying to come in as you're going out. But in the Sidewinder, you can always nip out down this side if you stick close to the side. I'll just boost away 4 pips to engine. Sometimes it's absolutely mobbed when you're trying to get out. But each time you come back, there's nobody there. It's weird, really.
Frameshift drive charging.
Right, now when you arrive at the planet, you'll see that there's a ringed planet next to it, because it's A3, that's the ringed one's A3, that's A3A. And you watch which angle I come in from and try and copy it. So you don't want to overshoot because you lose your bearings, but even if you do, you can always loop round and come back. So I'm coming in sort of about, let's call it 45 degrees to this. And I want the rings to be moderately flat. So I'm just coming from this. See, I've got my cursor below it at the moment, so that's sort of flattening the rings. If you see. So there they are. So that's about it there. So now I'm going to put the pointer on the top of the planet and just carry on my way in. And what I'm looking for must be up here. Here it is. A trapezium shaped 4 blobs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sort of ridge along the top. Okay, so then you want to aim for about 300 degrees. What's my angle? No, I'm already at 6. Yeah. Well, what am I at the moment? Let's say 270. When you're at 270, it keeps changing when you first arrive till it settles down. But when you're at 270, the top one stays still, and the bottom one will go down. So the bottom one's 179 at the moment. So I need that to be on 48 when we're finished, and the top one needs to be at 65 roughly. So when I'm to the, see, it's all moved round by itself. When I'm on 270, if I steer to the right of that, the top number goes down, and if I go to the left of it, it goes up. So I wanted 60. Well, let's call it 66, because it's 65.8. So just a little bit to the right of it for now. And the bottom one's going down all the time. So when the bottom ones, if I keep the top one sort of more or less there, and the bottom one, when it's on about 62, 63, maybe 64, you can then make your entry. So that's gone right up. So I'm on 65.7, so I've got to stick now to 270 to keep the top one still. It doesn't normally take long once you've got the hang of it. So you can adjust the top one a little bit. You don't really need to adjust it that much, but keep it around about 65, 66. And it does keep the planet, I don't know if it's the planet spinning, but you do have to keep adjusting your angle. Right, 64, that's enough. So now I'm just going to tilt down, just tilt down And you should see that mountain there. And then what we're looking for is that feature there that looks a bit like a sort of seahorse. That's its head that I'm pointing at now. So just glide down. The alien thing is right where the dot is now. Oh, a bit further. There it is, where the dot is now. So, get my landing gear down. Ready? There it is there. It's a what do they call it? The small Thargoid thing. Thargoids they used to be called, I think, but Thargoid Scout or something now. So I take pips off again because I need to do a nice gentle landing. And already you'll see there's 3 things lit up behind me. Yeah, 1%, not too bad. Right, so obviously you need a SRV. So we launch that. And you notice I went past it. That's to get the back of the ship pointing towards it. Now, I'll just stop here a minute. When I looked, I need to check which one it was. It was biological something or other, wasn't it? There's 3 different types of things it asked you for. Thargoid biological matter. So, little hint here. What I've noticed is that those ones that's already lit up are the correct ones. So the fact that I saw 3 and I need 3, it looks like I'm going to get them in one go. So I put my cargo scoop down. There's normally 5 or 6 pods here altogether, but from a distance, the ones you don't want don't light up. They only light up when you get right next to them. So that's another one there. It's closer, so I'll take that one first. What about that one? Can't. That's it. That's one as well. So 1, 2. No, they're all biological this time, are they? The other ones are technology. I can only take 2 at the moment. The other ones are alien technology samples and alien resin. And you'll get these warnings about toxic cargo. It's not a problem in the SRVs, as long as you don't hang about too long. That's a good idea. You know, it's why it's a good idea to point your ship backwards like that, so that you can just go straight in. So let's just transfer the cargo. Oh, I've still got one from last time. I forgot about that. So I got the button on my joystick's a bit awkward to use. Start again. Getting across from back to transfer is very tricky for me. The movement I have to do on my arm. Right. So that's got them on. So I only need 1 more. If I had to get 4, I've only got space for 4, so I'd have to take that technology sample off. Generally, it's not worth taking anything extra other than what the mission calls for. If you're using a small ship like the Sidewinder, if you're using a massive ship like a cutter, you can load it up with these. I need to tell you what you need. Corrosion-resistant cargo bays. And then take it all, and that'll save you a bit of running about because you'll have some stock to work from. So I'm just showing you the basic way for now. So back on the ship. So that's it, simple as that. There's no danger here, nobody else comes. Unless of course you're in open, then you're fighting people for that stuff. So just check my inventory. So I've got my 3 biological matter. I've finished doing this, so I was keeping it, I was going to sell it, but I might as well eject it. Right, and just check your mission. 3 units of biological matter, that's what I've got, so I'm ready to go. So back to my galaxy map. And I've got Maya bookmarked. So, ready to go. So, coming from this angle, just fly a little bit past it into this, where the cursor's pointing now. That's our landing spot. Because the stuff will be behind us then. So let's get my gear down. Now I'm looking at those white dots. There's 2 there. They're actually the stuff we've got to pick up. But we need 4. We've got to be gentle because we've got no shields. Right, that's it. So we launched the SRV.
Drive assist on.
And then I've got to check what it is we're after. So you see it in the transactions. Thargoid resin. Now if I select that thing from here, you can see already it says Thargoid resin. And the other one. So interestingly, the ones that you're after will light up from a range. All the other ones there are not what you want normally. So we'll go and get those 2 first. Sometimes there's only 1. Sometimes they'll all be there. It's you know, random. Which is the nearest? So when we check the other ones, you'll see biological matter, technology samples, there's another one somewhere. There's usually about 5 or 6. They will light up when you get there. So you'll see the SRV's taking a little bit of damage from the corrosion. But it's absolutely no problem. You've got plenty of time. So let's put those on the ship. Once on the ship, of course, it's safe. Oops. Right, so what I do now? Now, I guess the correct thing to do, if you want to be true to the game, is to leave the place and then come back again. And next time you come back, the stuff you want will be there, hopefully. But of course you can always do the old logging. And that brings a fresh lot of stuff. And normally on the first log, you get the balance of the stuff you need, but very occasionally you have to log twice. And mysteriously, it takes a very long time to log on here after you've logged off. And I'm not even in open. I don't think it makes sense to do this in open, because if somebody else there, he's going to scoop up all the stuff and there'll be nothing for you. So I can't see that working somehow either. Right, so here we go. Oh, there's only 1 by the looks of it. Let's just see what the others are, just to make sure. Biological matter, yeah. So if they're not lit up, it's a complete waste of time, you know, searching all the other ones. Backs. There, we got 3 this time. Or have we? So what's it, resin we wanted? Yeah, there we go. Oops. Because when you log off, it brings up your cargo scoop. Yeah, so that's it. What you got to do now is take it back to Palin and claim your reward. But, there's always a but, you're probably going to get interdicted. You do get a lot of interdictions on the way back. I would say 1 in 3 times you don't get interdicted. 1 in 3 times you get interdicted a lot. And 1 in 3 times maybe 1 interdiction, or you get chased without them actually catching you. I'm just checking always good to check that you got your full quota. So I got 4, and the mission was for 4 resin. So this is where the enhanced thrusters help. Because you can get into super cruise very quickly. Yeah, you can never jump to the next exit. You've always got to do your normal exit, and then when you get clear, then you can jump to the next system. Probably get interdictions. Sometimes you get interdicted even as early as this. So interdiction's a bit of a nuisance. So I better. There we go. It's already seen me. I'm putting my pips to engines already. I've got the other 2 to systems, so it doesn't make any difference. I've got no shields. So, what I normally do, there's a dot on the compass. I just tilt to about 62, 63 degrees. That saves you about 2 seconds when you can actually jump. So if I try and jump now, it's obscured by the planet still. So that guy, guess he can't quite get behind me yet. But once you got up here somewhere, I can go. So he won't get me just yet. But we will see him again. There's another thing, I don't know what that one means. It's probably another one as well. 2 chasing me. There he is, running around. Oh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, he's moving in, but it's too late. Well, we will see him again. Mysteriously, they can always jump further than you. Even in a ship that can't jump. I've got to get some fuel, unfortunately. And that means he might try and have a go at me when I'm scooping, which is a nuisance. I might be lucky.
Warning, temperature critical.
No, he's going to wait till we get to the next one. Oh, there he is.
Drive charging.
What you can do, once you got clear of, if you're not scooping, just do a loop while your frame shift's charging and he can't get behind you then.
3, 2, 1.
There he is. Just too late again. Unfortunately, we got a long run to the station where he's going to chase us. But if you use my technique, normally it's no problems, just a time waster, that's all. Some people like to play the mini game, fight the interdiction. I've not tried that. I know they've made it easier of late, but in the old days, you'd sometimes lose it, and then that leaves you very, very vulnerable. So I always found it's much better to just get away. There he is, Federal Assault Ship. So now I want... Oops, it's got me already. So I'll submit. I'm going to probably overheat now. Sometimes he gets sucked into the star if he tries and gets you there. It gives you a bit of time. So all I do is I boost, and as you can see, is now 3 kilometres away. He can't do anything. It's a master federal assault ship. I'm going to get extra money for killing him, but I haven't got any weapons, so yeah, and I've got no shields, so I can't ram him.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I should have engaged with frameshift drive earlier, because he's going to be right on me again now.
2,
I was too busy talking. Right, where are we going? Trying to get it. That's it. There's 3 different stations it asks you to take the stuff to. So when you drop in here, always check. Don't just go back to Obsidian or Orbital, because you might have to take it to Daniel's Progress, or you might have to take it to another planet. I can't remember what it's called now. Here we go. So same procedure. Submit. Boost. As soon as it's charged, boost again. Frameshift drive, run away, and he can't get a shot.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
If you're in a slow ship, you sometimes take a little bit of fire, but you've probably got shields, so you can always tank them till you get going. But this method, double boost and frameshift drive, is what I've always used, and I've never been killed yet, no matter what ship I've been in. That's it. It's persistent. Very occasionally they land a shot. You know, I might lose 1 or 2% hull, because, you know, Federal assault ship, they carry some pretty meaty weapons. I've got no hull, tank, nothing, just a trade layout. I'm elite's combat, so I get all sorts after me. If you're still harmless, then the ships that come after you, they're pretty lame anyway. I don't know why he bothers, he's got no chance. Just wasting his own time as well as mine.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Normally, out of all the times I've done it, the maximum interdictions I've had is 2. But I don't know whether it's a bit slow somewhere, because I've been busy talking instead of doing what I normally do. So hopefully that would have been the last one. He might get me one more time, but you get closer and closer. It's still there. Yeah, he'll probably get me one more time. If I'd have gone straight to the station, I would have probably got there, but I like to come in line with it, because he'll be there at the station as well. You don't want to get caught out trying to get round the station while he's shooting you. Yeah, so a single boost gets you to the station. So nobody about again, apart from that guy who's interdicted us. They never shoot you though. That way, if you get to the station quickly. So number 16, it's over there. Oop, a bit too far. Plenty of pips off.
Landing gear deployed.
Right, so then we see you find the
Contact. Dispatching ground crew.
you hand in the mission in a normal missions board. So there we go, mission board. There we go. What did we get? 17 million for that. What did that take? 20 minutes. But we've still a stage to go yet. So, right, I just now got to check my commodities because... No, naught. So, because if they give you 4 tons of commodities, then you're not going to see another mission until you got rid of them. So you have to check that every time. Right, so the next thing is now, if you look, no more missions for him. See, I just got promoted to elites. Yeah. No more missions. And no matter how many times you refresh, it won't come back. So what you got to do is jump to another system. So here we go. Just jump to the nearest star. So it only takes a few minutes. Yeah, another mysterious thing is that there's quite a few ships this time. Quite often when you haven't got any of these missions, it's still fairly quiet when you go out.
Landing gear retracted.
So all this ramming in the stations that people are complaining about in Anacondas, it's not a problem at all for a Sidewinder. Just snip out down the side, boost at 500 odd meters per second, and nobody can get near you. So you won't get interdicted at all when you're not doing the missions, so you can just relax while you're doing this bit. So now back to Maya.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Just loop rounds.
Frameshift drive charging.
Attention. Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed. Incoming mission message.
Right, so we're back at Obsidian Orbital now, and you'll notice, here we go. Comes panel, oops, there we go, ready to go for the next one. 4 units of Thargoid resin. And I'm not sure if you can change it. Say you got one for 1 unit. I'm not sure if there's any way to change that. I did try like flying out the station and coming back, logging off, logging on just to see what happened. And it didn't change. It was always that same mission there. It seems that once it's there, it's locked in. And you'll notice also in this message will expire in 30 days. So I guess once you've got it, you can't change it for 30 days. But maybe somebody knows better than that. So anyway, there you are. That's it. You know, you can knock yourself up. 100 million in an evening, no trouble at all. Very little risk. Just the interdictions. So as long as you deal with them correctly, should be okay. You know, you can try playing the mini game. Maybe that works better for you if you have experience of doing that. You know, from trading or whatever, and you know it works, then try it. As I said, I don't like doing it because if you do mess up, you're stuck there. It takes too long to get your frameshift drive going, which leaves you very vulnerable if it's a fast ship and it can chase you down and start firing missiles at you or something like that. But, so So I don't take the risk. I know my method works, so I stick with it. Everybody has their own. Right, so I hope you found that useful. I'll maybe see you in another video. If you've got any questions about it, you can ask me in the comments. And I know that, as I say, you can make more money than that. I mean, people know all sorts of exploits and things like that. But this is just to show you how the mission works, how to get it, how to complete it, and things like that. You know, if you're creative, there's lots of ways you can make a lot more money than I have. So don't try and tell me I've done it all wrong or anything like that. I know there's other ways of doing it, but you know, I try to stick to the basic gameplay where I can. Okay, then I'll see you again.